Alright, so today we're going to discuss the zero product property. Alright, it's another way of finding the solutions to a quadratic function without using our calculator. Alright, so let's just talk about the zero product property for a second. The zero product property states that anything, so like 3 times 0 equals 0. Negative 4 times 0 equals 0. So in other words, it states that anything times 0 or multiplied by 0 is 0. So if we go to number 1, in all these problems, what we're looking for is we're looking for the solutions, and that's why we put a 0 in for f of x or y, because those are our y, or those are our x-intercepts. Let's put this here. Our x-intercept is when y equals 0, right? So we want to know when this equals 0. And the way we solve this is really fairly simple, right? If this times this is going to equal 0, and what we're going to do is one of these two has to equal 0. There's no other numbers that you can multiply together to get 0 without having a 0 as one of those numbers. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to split this and we're going to say x plus 1 equals 0 or x plus 6 equals 0. Now it's important that you put the or, because they can't, most of the time, they can't equal 0 at the same time. Right? So then all you've got to do is solve this, right? And some of them are pretty simple to solve, like this one. You can minus 1 from both sides and you get x equals negative 1. And then on this one you can subtract 6 from both sides and you get x equals negative 6. So our two solutions here are negative 1, 0 and negative 6, 0. Okay? And we didn't have to use a calculator at all for that. Alright, so all we're doing is separating these two and then solving them for 0. Alright. If we wanted to know, so the x-intercept where y equals 0. So let's flip it over and I want you to look at one on the back, specifically number 8. Right? Now number 8, you'll see this sometimes, and I want to write this out and show you kind of what this is going to look like. This is going to be x minus 8 times x minus 8. So when you look at that x minus 8 squared, it's just x minus 8 times x minus 8. Just like x squared is x times x. Right? And then the last thing I want to talk to you about with this sheet is numbers 13 and 14. I want you to just not worry about those right now. We're going to talk about a different way to find the solutions for that in the future, or you could factor them. All right. So let's go ahead and you can factor these, and then once you have the factors, once you've got the two linear factors, then you can put them in there, and then you can find your solutions. And the same thing for this one. You could factor this one and then find your solutions. Alright, so go ahead and work on this sheet. Try to get this done. If you do get this done, go back and look in your binder and see if there are any sheets from yesterday or the day before that you haven't gotten done, and you can work on those. Thanks.